We are coming to you from U.S. Cellular Field, where tonight WGN Sports on the U presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, Andrew Jones, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Michael Young and the Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrell. Since we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, as you know, the Rangers have taken the first two. They won the opener 9-6, just a bad ball game. Then last night, Gavin Floyd had a lot of problems. They won that game 9-5. So the Sox now trying to salvage the finale of this set with a guy who's really pitched well for us.
Freddie Garcia going to the mound, and he's 4-3, but that doesn't tell the whole story because Freddie, thought to be the fifth starter on this team, is emerging as a 1 or 2 starter. That's never all that good, but for Freddie, he's been consistent. He's taken the game late. That's what you have to do to try to protect the bullpen. And this Texas lineup that scored 18 runs in 2 games is without Vlad Guerrero again. So Texas is loaded. They've got some very strong hitters at the top, and they're going to send Colby Lewis to the mound. Colby Lewis also 4-3, his ERA better than Freddie, and he rediscovered his straight change last time out. This is a guy that spent 2 years in Japan, and he's back in this country resurrecting his career. And he's right in the middle. He's a mainstay in that lineup. So, Hawk, we got to salvage the third game of this series.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way. Welcome back to U.S. Cellular Field. Well, of course, if you heard by now, probably seen it 15 to 20 times, a big, big controversy last night in Detroit where Armando Galarraga, perfect game taken away from him on a call by Jim Joyce. And I personally feel bad for both of them. I think they both handled it very well. But, Steve, it was one of those things that Joyce admitted he made a mistake, and it was just baseball.
Well, he said that he thought that the guy was out until he saw the replay and then realized that he had made a mistake. And I think everybody, after the initial emotions went away, I think everybody handled it as well as they possibly could under the circumstances.
Well, Ozzie had something to say about it, and let's hear what he had to say.
I think that was very classic. I think it's very professional, and I think the way Galarraga handled it and the way Detroit fans handled it was outstanding. I think we need to get the ugly flavor, what happened last night, and everybody know what's happened, and then the umpire come out and say what they say. I think that part will come when maybe one of the ugliest part of the game to be the best ones. I think what they did there was very classic, and I don't know why bad thing happened to good people. This guy is so. I love him more now. I got more respect for that umpire now I never have, because that was very classic. He fronted like a man. And maybe somebody else will have a day off. Don't show up and get their face. Don't want to talk. Say what I have to say. This guy was very, very classy. I think Detroit Tiger was more class. You know, they turned the page in less than 24 hours.
All right, Steve and I'll have some more comments during the ball game, but we'll be back after this.
The Illinois Lottery Mega Millions. Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is worth $17 million. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader. Ozzie Guillen Jr. and Omar Ramos handle the broadcast on WRTO, and we're happy to be providing their feed on our SAP channel. The Rangers, who come in first place in the American League West and third in the league in hitting, will line up with Andrews at the top. Then it's Young, Kinsler at second base, Hamilton the DH, Murphy, Smoke, Trainer, who's had a good series, Gentry and Bourbon, a lot of speed at the bottom. The defense and how they'll line up behind Freddie. Left to right, Pierre Rios and Quentin. In the infield is Skell, Ramirez, Nixon, Canerco, A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate. And on the mound, Freddie Garcia, looking for win number 5, and this is 10th start of the year. Yet to complete a game. ERA coming down. He was brilliant last time out against Tampa Bay. The umpires to the game tonight. Wally Bell at first, Las Diaz at second. Vic Carapaza is at second base, and James Hoy is at third. Freddie Garcia getting ready, and I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you very much. And first pitch to Elvis Andrus, low and away. Andrus comes in hitting at 307, no homers. He's driven in 13. There's the strike. This young man 2 for 9 in this series. And he has, I should say, a chance to be something special. There's a breaking ball strike in the count 1-2. Rangers come in at 28 and 24. They are in first place by 1 game. As that pitch popped up right side. And Mason Nix races over the foul ground, makes the catch for out number 1.
Good speed taken off the bases, and Nick's starting at second base tonight. Calling for it all the way, a much easier play for him than Paul Konerko, and he puts it away.
Rangers hitting at 272 as a ball club. They have a 4.28 team ERA. And first pitch strike to Michael Young. Comes in hitting at 325. 5 homers. He's driven in 33. 5 for 9 in this series with 4 RBIs. Breaking ball, no. And here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. 2-1 to count.
Last time out against Tampa Bay, Freddie used a lot of changeups, dropped the breaking ball over the plate, didn't allow him to hit too many fastballs.
Another breaking pitch, and that one misses, so the count 3-1.
Young has been their hottest hitter, and it seems like every at bat he's looking at a 2-0, 3-1 pitch.
That ball, get foul, get foul. It will, thank you very much.
An emphatic call by James Hoy, and that ball stayed fair till the last instant, and fortunately hooked in front of the pole. You can tell what he's looking for. Freddie got it just in far enough.
Thank goodness. And the payoff pitch. And there's a base hit. So he is now 6 for 10 in the series.
At that time, Freddie got that ball in off the plate. He could have taken a walk, but he's got good hands, and he's been the hottest of all the Ranger hitters. Watch the location. AJ wants it low and away. Freddie turns this ball over, gets it inside, and yet Young's still able to bring the hands in and muscle it into center field.
So here's Kinsler hitting at 274, a homer. He's driven in 13. 2 for 10 in the series, and he's knocked in 3. And that's into left field. Juan Pierre. Take that fister. And that's out number 2. So 2 down to the designated hitter, Josh Hamilton. Hamilton, he's 6 for 10 in the series.
Well, Hamilton changed around. He used to use a toe tap, and it took him 50 games before Clint Hurdle could finally convince him to disband it, quit doing it, and it's turned into 6 hits.
He's hitting 297, 9 homers, 29 driven in. He's 1 for 4 lifetime against Freddie. This is the 6th meeting of the year between these two clubs in the first 5. Sox have won 1 of them. That's off the end of the bat into center field. Alex is there, so Freddie gives up the hit. No runs, no errors. 1 stranded after half inning play. It's Rangers nothing, and the good guys coming to bat.
Volkanerko had a big night last night. Then Jones, Krasinski, Quentin, Ramirez, and Jason Nix at second base, inning 9. The defense and how they'll line up behind Lewis. Gentry, Bourbon, and Murphy left to right with Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Smoke. Matt Trainer behind the plate. And Colby Lewis on the hill. He spent the last 2 years in Japan. Made the ball club out of spring training. Is 4-3 and fine ERA of 3.41. There you look at the numbers. Surprising thing is 28 walks in 63 and a third innings. Surprising because the last 2 years, 176 innings of work in each. He walked 27 and 19 men each year.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. As Juan Pierre takes first pitch strike. Lewis last year with Hiroshima, 11-9 with a 2.96 ERA. In 08, he was 15-8. There's a breaking ball strike. Sox come in at 22-30. Got a lot of work to do in this month. And off to a very slow start, 0-2. One for 6 in the series. And that's downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned Texas in first place by a game over Oakland. Make that a half a game. As Oakland came back and defeated the Carmines at Fenway 9-8. And that is left foul. Just over the LG Skyline Club seats into one of the suites. Nice catch.
Caught that ball on a fly.
And the payoff pitch. And that's chopped foul down past Jeff Cox.
This is what Juan can do very well, is extend the at-bat. Make Lewis work. Maybe you get into that bullpen a little earlier.
Well, I finally figured out who probably fouls off more pitches in this league than Juan Pierre. But if it is, it's not by many. But I think it's more.
And that is? Tough man to strike out, Mr. Suzuki.
You got it. Ichiro. Between Ichiro and Juan, they can give some souvenirs to the crowd.
10th pitch. So an extended first at bat.
And another foul ball into the LG Skyline Club seats.
Michael Young is way back at third, so on a chopper in the infield, it's going to be tough to throw Pierre out at first. He's over toward the line, playing him like a right-handed pull hitter.
And that's playable. Well, Colby Lewis just kept pumping pitches close enough to swing at, and he finally gets him out. So with one out, let's check out our picks to click tonight. Our Dodge picks to click. Dimangio and Gumbo up here in the booth with us. They're going to go with AJ. Steve's going with Nix, Jeff Chanel, and all the crack crew that he has over there. A couple of booths down from us. That's a great job in running the scoreboard and everything that goes on here in the ballpark. We're going to go with the man at the plate right now, Omar Vizquel. And, of course, for more information on our entire vehicle lineup, log on to Dodge.com or stop by your Chicagoland or Northwest Indiana Dodge dealer. 0-1 to count to Omar. 3 for 8 in the series with an RBI. That one tails way outside. That's a fair ball. Smoke makes the play, takes it himself as he should. So 2 down.
You can't look for the big breaking ball, either the slider or the curve ball, very much from Lewis. He throws a cut fastball. He will occasionally make it a little bit bigger, but it's still in the mid to high 80s. He throws a straight change, and last time out he used it more frequently, but basically he's a fastball pitcher, tries to work both sides of the plate. The oddity about Lewis is he had better control in Japan than he's had here, and he said he was getting the high strike there. You're not going to get that here.
Here's Rios. Alex hitting a .319, 11 homers, 27 driven in. Takes first pitch strike. Alex only hitting .352 with 9 homers, 20 RBIs, 13 stolen bases, 27 runs scored in the last 33 games.
That's all he's done, huh?
Yeah. Come on, Alex, do something. 0-2, the count. And that's slicing into the seats. I was listening to that Minnesota-Seattle game last night going home. Cliff Lee was a deal.
Well, it was Ichiro who had the hit up the middle that was actually knocked down, and the runner scored from second base. The ball never left the infield.
I know, and the thing about it was he fouled off I don't know how many pitches in that at bat.
Before he finally took it up the middle?
Yeah. Gets him. Good pitch right there. 1-2-3 inning for Colby Lewis. And that's the 1-0 score. One to count to David Murphy, the right fielder. Murphy comes in hitting at .271. A couple of homers. He's driven in 15. He's 5 for 10 in this series. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Outfield, for the most part, straight up. And there's a soft line drive, and that's out number 1. All right, we talked in the opening a little bit about the situation last night in Detroit where Armando Galarraga had the perfect game taken away from the call by Jim Joyce, who's a good umpire. There's no question about that. And Stone Pony and I are on different sides of the page on this issue. We all know what happened there. But what about Bud Selig not overturning it?
Well, what I believe, Hawk, is they have limited replay. The replay is limited to home runs because they wanted to keep the human element in the game. Well, my view is you can't have it both ways. You can't have the human element in the game, and then when you don't like the human element or it makes a mistake, then you go back to the replay to overturn it. If you want to expand the rule, then that's one thing. But right now the rule states simply home runs, and they had to go to the replay actually to see that he was indeed out at first base. That was non-debatable. He was out, and Jim Joyce was the first to admit that he was out once he saw the replay.
Well, I was hoping Bud would overturn it and award the perfect game, because I think extraordinary decisions are made when you have extraordinary circumstances. They call for extraordinary decisions, and I think that certainly was one. It's historical. As he gone, Smoke strikes out, 2 down.
I think
there were several issues that I think that I hadn't heard anybody talk about too much. The second base umpire was Jim Wolf.
Yes.
Now, he was out by a step.
He was indeed.
Jim Joyce was not in position to see that. He was on the line, almost where Laz Diaz is right now, only maybe a step to the right of where Laz is. Or Laz is right, I should say. And the thing is that if Jim Wolf had seen that he was definitely out, he could have run over very quickly, called for a meeting, and they could have overturned it right then.
Could have done that.
Could have done that if they had the meeting. Another thing, the person who really caused the whole situation to me was Miguel Cabrera. He had no business being. He was almost halfway between first and second when he picked up that slow ball.
Well, that shows you that he had no idea where his own second baseman was lining up before the pitch. Because if he did, then he'd have just gone to the bag, and it would have been very easy after that.
Yeah, but getting back to the decision, that is a very quick, nice, easy. Attaboy, Freddie. 1, 2, 3. He's retired 5 in a row, and after an inning and a half, no score.
WGN Sports Game Zone at WGNTV.com is brought to you by Columbia College of Missouri. On-campus and online classes fit your schedule and your budget.
Dog Day here at beautiful US Cellular Field. One of Stone Pony and my favorite days.
Oh, it's a great day.
Yes, it is. Paul Konerko will lead it off.
Plus St. Bernard before the game.
You did.
I said hi, Bernie.
What did he say?
Not much. He was gigantic.
I guess he was. 1-0. Paulie 4 for 6 in the series with 2 home runs, both those coming last night, as that's high in the right center field. Bourbon is there, and that's out number 1. But that was something. Bob Borwall, the executive producer of WGN Sports, brought up an interesting point, too, that Galarraga is probably going to get more out of this thing for the way it was and not overturned than it would have if it had been overturned and all of a sudden lumped in with two other guys in the space of 24, 25, 30 days pitching perfect games.
Well, he already got a Corvette out.
That ball deep. Stretch. You can put it on the board. Yeah. Andrew Jones. Number 10. Number 398 in his career. And the Sox lead it 1-0.
RBI number 21. And during the time that Andrew was struggling somewhat, he was trying to pull everything. That time he didn't try to pull it. He took it opposite field and rode it out of the ballpark. That fastball on the outer third. Lewis has now given up 6 home runs.
As that pitch low and inside to A.J. A.J. hitting at .217, a couple of homers. He's driven in 14. And that's a strike on the outside corner. I guess. Big rip, and that's foul back. And on a sadder note, yesterday we mentioned that Marie Bertucci, another Bruno and Bobby and the Bertucci family, passed away yesterday morning. Certainly our thoughts and prayers go out to them, as they are with Josephine DeBello, who was Francie Edgeworth, member of our White Sox family. Her mother passed away yesterday as well. Thoughts and prayers go out to Francie and her family. Full count to AJ. And that's popped up. Now Gentry calls off. Andrus makes the catch. 2 down.
Nice communication, because it's not very good visibility right now. It's a much easier play for the left fielder. Gentry has great speed. He's the fastest guy in their outfield, and Bourbon can go get him in center field. That shows you how fast Gentry can run. He came on, called for it. Andrus gave way, and he made the play.
Could not check it up. And there's a strike on the inside corner. Two out. And now Quentin backs it out. Laid off that one. He did not go. Another good thing about that Andrew Jones homer is that coming into the night, Sox were 6-0 in games that he homered. And the 1-2. And of course, with that home run by Andrew, the Alex Nellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 61. So $6,100 donated by Alex Nellius in loving memory of Ursula. Two out and the 2-2 pitch. That ball hit deep in the right field, but not deep enough. Murphy is there, but the home run by Andrew Jones, number 10, and it is 1-0 good guys. Greg Gentry will lead it off here in the top of the third inning. As you can see, we are not being allotted, I should say, our time for the commercial breaks. Some umpire crews will, some won't. Check swing, the count 0-2.
Gentry has some problems with off-speed pitches.
Well, he's going to see something tonight.
He's going to see a lot of them, because Freddie has a whole bag full of them.
Chops that one foul.
There's a straight change. So one thing you can't afford to do in the infield at any of the four positions is wait back on a chopper. Because this guy from the right side will get down the line as fast as anybody in this league.
49 stolen bases last year in Oklahoma City in 55 attempts. When you steal 49 bases, you're going to steal a bunch of them too on pitch outs.
Well, he's got tremendous first step quickness, much more than Bourbon, although Bourbon can also go get him.
And that's popped up. Nix. 1 out.
Last time out against Tampa Bay, Freddie said that he just went completely to the off-speed pitches. He had most of those very aggressive Tampa Bay hitters swinging. And they were swinging at a lot of pitches out of the strike zone, and Freddie kept throwing them there.
Well, this club is not a lot different than that Tampa Bay club. They have some young hitters in there. They're very aggressive. Bourbon hitting at 233. No homers. They've driven in 13. And the count 2-0.
Have to watch that first base line with Bourbon, who will get out ahead of a lot of off-speed pitches. Pinarco deep at first. Little room between him and the line, not all that much.
And the count 3-0. Actually, Texas came in hitting 272. Tampa Bay was hitting at 255. There's a strike. Clint's done a good job, Hurdle, as a hitting coach. And that's what Steve was talking about. That's down into the corner, so the 1 out double.
Bourbon's got a chance to be a pretty decent hitter. And right now, he's very much locked into that pull mode with everything.
Well, he's short and quick. And when you're short and quick like Bourbon is, he's just 24 years old. He's got a lot to learn. And chances are, when you're that short and quick at that age, you're going to be, for the most part, pulling a lot of pitches.
Well, you talked about Clint Hurdle doing a good job. He feels finally, after almost a third of the season, he's got a couple of guys that are improving his hitters, and now he can talk to a few more of them, because this is his first year as a hitting coach. He had Rudy Jaramillo for 15 years. Clint has to establish that he is a good hitting coach, and he is.
Well, players, I don't care what your name is. Once you start talking to them about hitting, they have to buy into what you're talking about. If they don't, you can forget it. And he certainly comes in with a lot of credentials, being a longtime manager with the Rockies, and did a heck of a job with that ball club with the talent he had. The 0-1, and that's how I play right side. He was telling me the other day about this youngster at the plate right now. Andrews said, Hawkey said he's just unlimited. There's no ceiling on what this youngster can do. Just 21 years old.
And also a bit bigger than he appears. I mean, he's a strong young kid.
He's big and he's wide. And he's fast. Nice knockdown right there by A.J.
They're playing Andrews. Round toward right center field. what Quint did say about him is he doesn't think he's ever going to develop into a substantial power hitter, but he does believe that he's going to be a doubles and occasional triples machine because of his speed and the fact that he will hit the ball consistently hard.
Got him to chase that one. That's the veteran using the youngsters' aggressiveness against him.
If you don't make Freddie throw strikes, he's not going to throw that many. At that time, threw a soft breaking ball out of the zone. And Andrews went down on strikes for just the 36th time this year.
So here's the hot bat. Michael Young, he singled in the first inning. Lays off the breaking pitch.
Well, I don't say you walk him intentionally here, but you've got first base open. He's the best hitter in the lineup with Vlad Guerrero out of the lineup for the second day with a swollen left eye. I'd be very careful with Young.
Strike perfect on the outside edge of the outside corner. Just a beautiful evening here in the beautiful city.
Got a cloud in the sky.
And another perfect pitch. That was a blueprint of the previous pitch.
Threw it perfectly right into AJ's glove.
And that's knocked down. And you can organize a group outing of 20 or more guests during the 2K10 season. Purchase a block of tickets or enhance your outing with one of 6 great party areas. The more tickets you order, the more money you save. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. And that's popped up another good pitch right there. Nix. Yes, he's there. Makes the catch. In fair territory. And that'll retire the side. After 2.5, it is 1-0 White Sox. It'll be Alexei, Nix, and Pierre to face Colby Lewis.
But just the fact that Ramirez has shown bunt in this series brings Michael Young in at third base.
Chases that bad breaking ball low and away. Well, there's not anybody in that dugout over there on the first base side. It has to tell Michael Young anything.
No, pretty smart player. Been a good player for a long time. And surprisingly, the Toronto Blue Jays moved him to Texas.
One and two the count. Alexei hitting at .247, 4 homers. He's driven in 21. Alexei 1 for 9 in the series. And there's the foul ball. And you can enter the Gordon Beckham sweepstakes presented by all the good folks at Remington for the chance to win 4 Diamond Suite tickets to the July 5th game against the Angels. Also an opportunity to throw out the ceremonial first pitch and a pregame photo with Gordon Beckham. Well, that's foul back. So visit WhiteSox.com now through June 20th for more details and to enter for your chance to win. Aced him, and that's out number 1. Right on the corner.
Lewis, who's averaging 4 walks per 9 innings, has pretty good control, and this was his long suit in Japan. Able to move the ball in and out, up and down. And Wally Bell's been calling the outside pitch. Lewis threw it right there.
So here's Nix. Had a big hit the other day down at St. Pete.
I think that should qualify him as a pick to click tonight.
All right, Harold.
Got to be some carryover. I mean, that was a big hit down there.
Some residual, huh? Grand slam homer.
And getting a shot to play. That was his first Grand Slam home run and his first home run of the year.
And that ball into left center field. Got it off the end of the bat. Barbone is there. 2 down. So back to the top of the order with Juan Pierre.
Yankees won their 5th game in a row.
Have you ever seen it before? What we were talking about before the game? About Dave Trumbull?
No.
Me either. I've never seen it.
Well, we saw a crawl that it said, and granted, Baltimore is 15 and 39. They're 21 games out of first place, but it says the Orioles were contemplating or considering firing Dave Tremblay. I mean, basically, either you fire him or you don't.
Yeah, I've never seen that. That could be trouble. Get down. It will. Thank you very much. So good speed aboard. Here. 20 stolen bases in 24 attempts. Picked up 1 last night.
That was a slider that didn't do anything. Stayed right in the middle of the plate. Juan was able to loop it in the right center field.
You know, I've never seen that one. Considering. That could be said for a lot of guys. As here's Omar.
The question is, if you're Mike Maddox or Matt Trainer looking over in the dugout, when you call a pitch out, because you figure somewhere in this at bat, Juan is going to be going.
Long set. Pretty quick feet right there from the big 6'4", 230-pound right-hander out of Bakersfield, California.
He was original property of East Texas Rangers. Signed way back in 1999 and then made the rounds. Detroit, Oakland, and on to Japan for 2 years.
That pitch high. Outfield, well around to the left, huge gap in right center. There goes one. And there's the throw, not in time into center field, but Bourbon very quickly doing what he should be, backing up.
You really don't see that near as much as you should. As soon as the ball passes the hitter, and you know there's going to be a play at second, that center fielder has got to sprint in and make sure if the ball does get by, that the runner can't advance.
The trainer got a perfect pitch to throw him out on. Just one hopped it. That's 480 stolen bases now for one. Pick him up, Omar, and the count goes 3-0 with Alex Rios on deck. Takes it right there. And that's ball 4. So the first walk issued by Lewis, and that'll bring up Alex, who struck out on a quick slider.
He's got a good chance to regret that first walk, because when you walk Vizquel to bring up the hottest of all the Sox hitters, it's never a real good thing, and I think that Lewis is probably thinking along the same line.
Not if he stays right there. Doesn't make any difference what your name is. You got to either lay off of it and take a walk, or chase it and grab some bench.
Looking first ball fastball, he didn't identify that cutter and really expanded his zone.
And once again, he's 0-2. He was 0-2 in his first at bat, and ditto here.
Lewis has 2 wild pitches. And a lot of pressure on Trainer here.
Got that one right off the end of the bat. So 2 out, 2 on. 0-2 the count. Well, you got just to hope right in this situation that Lewis makes a mistake. You got 3 pitches that he can try to get Alex to bite on. That was way outside.
Well, that was a fastball. I expect him to go back to a cutter, that little slider out of the zone. This is where pitchers take advantage of getting hitters out of the strike zone.
Well, your strike zone on 0-2, especially against a 3-pitch pitcher, just doubles in size. That was absolutely a great pitch by Lewis. Now that strike zone is even a little bigger to the outside.
Well, Alex did a great job of staying alive, because if he was even thinking away, this ball right in on his hands, and he was able to foul it off.
He's got a wide plate to cover right now. Trainer now back inside, and he gets in on him. Pops him up. Bourbon is there and makes the catch. So we have a little mild threat. Can't do anything with it, but we still lead it 1-0. First pitch, curveball strike. Ian Kinsler leading off here in the 4th inning. That ball hit hard into right field. Carlos made a play last night. It's one of the greatest catches I've seen a right fielder make. The only thing that keeps it out of the unbelievable category is the fact that it was just a regular season game, and the game was, for the most part, out of hand. But watch this catch. Ball is golden. Going back, looking, you got full 20 right in your eyesight right there. He dives and hangs on to it.
He gets up with the presence of mind to get the ball back in and almost doubles Murphy at first.
What a catch. Not many right fielders are going to make that play. 1-1 to count to Josh Hamilton. And that ball hit into left field softly. 2 down.
Start your day free at Subway. Get a free English muffin melt on Tuesday, June 8th from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. at participating Subway restaurants in Chicago and Northwest Indiana. Subway. Eat fresh. That's Hawk Harrelson Day.
Well, you got to try the spicy attack.
No, that's my gift to you. English muffin melt that I'll get early in the morning at 8 o'clock. Make sure that it's well cared for and bring it to you for the night game.
Now, I'll tell you a great breakfast.
Yes.
During the winter when you're going to play golf. You stop by the Subway, you get yourself a spicy Italian, then you stop by a 7-Eleven and get a Heineken. Or a Miller Lite, one of the two.
And that's it.
And that's your breakfast.
And then, what, I play 2 holes and go home?
I'm with you. I'm just joking because I can't drink and play golf. Some guys can. Uh-oh. Stay in here. Stay in here. It will, but he drops the ball. Wow.
Well, sometimes what happens is you put the glove right over your eyes. And that time, Carlos just missed it.
So he'll pick up his second arrow.
And that's what happened. You could see him take his eyes off the ball. He put the glove up, took for granted that he had lined up the baseball perfectly, took his eyes off the ball, and that's all it took.
So here is Justin Smoke, 23-year-old switch hitting first baseman, much better from the left side.
One of the last things you want to do with this guy is fall behind with off-speed pitches and have to try to go at him with a fastball. We've seen him hit the ball awfully hard if you try to throw the fastball by.
There's a strike. Another breaking ball, and the count 1-1. And there's the base hit. So that's going to tie this ball game up. The unearned run will cross home plate, and it's 1-1.
We told you how hard he can hit the ball. RBI number 15. Left-handed, he's a real force. And this time it was a changeup, but Freddie got it up and out over the plate. Smoke was able to wait back and just drill it into right field. And the mistake comes back to haunt the Sox.
Here's the catcher, Matt Trainer. Well, it just seems like every time we give a team 4 outs in an inning, they capitalize. And then down in that Tampa game where we just gave them the 5 outs in that one inning, they scored 4 runs, and that's what beat us. So we just can't make mistakes. The other team is taking advantage of it as they did right here. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 1.
A, yes, B, no. Just text A or B to 97999 and watch for the results later in the game.
Paul Konerko will lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. I think it should have been phrased differently right there. This phrase, should Ken Griffey Jr. be a first ballot Hall of Famer? I think it should have been phrased as first pitch to Paulie. Should Ken Griffey Jr. be a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer?
Never happened, has it?
I don't think so.
Not even Babe Ruth.
Well, Ken Griffey Jr. should be, in my opinion, a unanimous. He was a credit to this game, and the kid. That was a great nickname for him.
630 home runs, and he was a kid when he came to big leagues, and he was able to play like that most of his career.
Checks it up. Good check right there on a quick breaking pitch from Colby Lewis. But when you get a guy like this who actually saved a franchise out there in the great Pacific Northwest.
And got a stadium built, essentially.
Exactly right. I mean, and battled through so many injuries, it was just incredible. As that is out of play, right side. He probably had some of the worst hamstring injuries that I've ever heard of. I mean, he had 2 that were just could have been career-ending very quickly.
Well, the one he did against the Cubs in left center field in Cincinnati when they had to insert the screws into the hamstring area and bone, I believe, that was really nasty.
Comes back with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball and sneaks it by him, so 1 out.
That's one of the few 4-seamers that Lewis is going to throw, and Paul is mad at himself because he truly doesn't believe that anybody can throw a fastball by him in this league or any other league, but he just wasn't looking for it.
Here's Andrew. He homered into right center field. Number 10 on the season, number 398 in his career. And that's backing out of play. Go to count 1-2, and we got another shot of this home run for you. If you missed it, poof.
That fastball about belt high, out of third, and gone. 4th drive of the game.
And he gets him up and out of the strike zone. 4 strikeouts now for Lewis.
Lewis now with 63 strikeouts, 29 walks.
So here's AJ. He popped up to left field. Fouls that away, and we have a gentleman in attendance with his family tonight that we'd like to give out a big thank you. White Sox shout out to Joe Flynn, a World War II veteran celebrating his 90th birthday today. There's a base hit. Good boy, AJ. AJ now 4 for 11 in the series.
Here's a little cut fastball that, again, doesn't do a whole lot. And AJ doesn't have to do a whole lot with it. Just dumps it in front of Gentry.
And here's Quentin. You know what's on his mind.
Got to atone for that mistake in right field. And looking for a low fastball to do it.
And he gets a breaking ball. Can I check it up?
Gets a high hanger.
Well, when sometimes you make a mistake like that, which we all have done, and you get to the plate, you definitely want to have a little redeemer.
He actually got another hanger. That was a cutter that just stayed right over the middle of the plate and did very little.
Tries to treat him just like he treated Andrew Jones.
The trainer that time gave him the fastball sign and then went up and gave him a very high target. Carlos fortunately able to lay off.
And he rings him up. Ball inside the zone, calls him out, and we'll go to the fifth. First pitch strike to Craig Gentry as we're in the fifth inning in a 1-1 tie, and Stone Pony, both guys pitching well.
Freddie's throwing exceptionally well, giving up just one unearned run, and the only mistake Lewis has made is the home run to Andrew Jones.
Gentry popped up to second base as Alexei can't get him.
We told you if you waited back at all, you can't get this guy in the infield. He's just too quick. Alexei playing a deep shortstop. No way in the world Omar could cut it off. Alexei did what he could do. Got to the ball, but just a touch late.
Gentry has 1 for 1 in stolen bases. So here's Bourbon. He doubled down into the right field corner. And somewhere in the sequence right here, Gentry's going to be off. I would doubt if they're going to bunt Bourbon at all. He might do it on his own. There he goes. Surprised even if they had a little hit and run on.
Yeah, so am I, because when you've got a base stealer, a guy with the speed of Gentry, allow him to steal the bag, especially with the guy that's a dead pull hitter. Freddie stays away. Bourbon tries to pull it. You do get the man to second, but it costs you an out.
Especially with a guy can't hold a man on either. Slow delivering to the plate. I mean, that's almost a gimme. So here's Elvis Andrus. He's 0 for 2. Fouled out to Jason Nixon in foul ground over there. That was a good catch. Tries to take that one. This is when a hitting coach, in this case Clint Hurdle, can really help a youngster. He sees what Freddie's got. He sees what he's trying to do. And he would tell him something like, look, Elvis, he said, this guy's not going to probably give you anything for a strike from the middle end. And keep the ball away from you. Try to hit him in the right field. And don't try to do too much with it. Not a boy like that, even if it's just token.
Pretty difficult on a base hit to throw out Gentry at the plate. But you still want to shorten up that lead, and the occasional move to second and holding the baseball for a bit will shorten it up.
Well, any of our outfielders, any of them, should have no thought about trying to throw out Gentry at home plate on a base hit. What they have to make sure, if they're going to make a throw, they hit the cutoff guy. Because Andrus has got the good speed to get into second. One's just got to get the ball back into second base. He had to hold, so he now will hold up. So the off-speed pitch, he was able to stay back long enough and drill it in the hole between third and short.
Well, that's the reason why a man as young as Andrus could be hitting over 300. Because he has the ability to wait back. Now you've got one of the league's best hitters. But he's grounded into 7 double plays, which is tops on the ball club in that department.
And he's 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the first. Jason also made a real good play on him going into foul ground. Andrus has 18 stolen bases. He has terrific speed on the base paths for the Texans.
And I'm not too sure if Andrus does run, if AJ even bothers throwing through.
That ball hit deep in the right center field. Nobody's going to get that one.
And there's a break.
There is a break, as that's a ground rule double. And it's a 2-1 Texas lead.
Michael Young's ability to go to the opposite field in run-producing situations gets him a lot of runs batted in. Freddie tries to throw a fastball. He tries to keep it away. This one is down and out over the plate. Fortunately, it hits the track, hits the top of the wall, and bounds out, stopping Andrus from scoring.
Now, Nix and Ramirez halfway, corners in close, as Kinsler has gone out to left and he is lined out to right. Bad swing at that breaking pitch.
And Clint Hurdle is trying to get Kinsler, who is and always has been a dead pull hitter and a very aggressive hitter, to think about driving the ball to right center just like Michael Young did. Now he's got a completely different stroke, but he's saying there's a lot of base hits and runs out there.
Breaking ball strike. Well, if he wants him to do like Michael Young does, then Kinsler's got to move further off the plate, because he's a lot closer to the plate than Michael Young. The closer you are to the plate, the more you got to pull. The further off you are from the plate, then that enables you to go to right and right center.
Well, he's inviting the fastball in. He'd like you to try to jam it.
He's aggressive.
He's pretty quick.
He's the most aggressive hitter in this league.
Well, Freddie calling AJ out to have a talk. Outfield straight away, fairly deep. Kinsler, who hasn't shown it this year because he started the year on the DL, but he's got big power. As Don Cooper and Ozzie Guillen look on, Coop very concerned about the starting rotation lately. The ERA is around 5 1/4 for the staff. Starting staff.
Big strikeout. And here comes Isaiah going to talk about Josh Hamilton because of David Murphy on deck.
Good hard breaking ball, low and away. Kinsler expands the zone. He makes no contact.
Hamilton has gone out to center and he has gone out softly to left. Ozzie wants to get. Ozzie would like to just go ahead and put him on. That's what he'd like to do, but he just wants to see what Freddie feels about it.
In this series, although Hamilton does have the 6 hits, Murphy's actually hit the ball harder.
Well, Murphy's been more up the middle. He's kept it up more in the middle. So it's a pitcher's preference. Did Earl ever give you a pitcher's preference?
No.
I didn't think so.
Took me out one time after a long foul ball.
Oh, I've seen him do that with a swing and a miss. Freddie says, I can get him. That's deep. One is there. Right in front of Minoso. Makes the catch and that'll retire the side. So a good job by Freddie, but he does give up one. We're halfway home, trailing 2-1. Along some Subway, just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. Go to WGNTV.com for complete information and rules.
Well, we told you today was Dog Day. Turned into Dog Night.
There's a title in there someplace. That's the story as you check out our WGN Sports on the U.
Could be a 3-dog night.
That's the title. That's the title I was thinking. Popped up right side for Alexei. Now 0 for 2. He struck out, called out his first trip. 1 down. And you can enjoy an upscale picnic on the U.S. Cellular outfield grass with current White Sox players, coaches, and staff. Now the evening includes a silent auction and a signature fireworks display. So call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. Here's Jason. He went out to Julio Bourbon in left center field. Takes strike 1. Nice breaking pitch right there, and the count 0-2.
For the game, I was talking to Eric Nadell, who does the radio broadcast for the Rangers. He was talking about the fact that they have Dog Day in August in Arlington, Texas.
As he strikes out Jason, so that's 6 strikeouts for Colby Lewis. Well,
he said those dogs have their tongues hanging
Yeah,
out.
but he said
They can hardly make it around the stadium.
And Von Rodriguez, all he did was catch every day down there.
Absolutely. That's one of the astonishing things about a career that will find him in the Hall of Fame was the fact that day in and day out, game in and game out, he was back there.
Well, he played his first game in the big leagues right in this ballpark, right here. Got 2 hits that night. In Oklahoma City, he got married that morning. And they called him up, flew in Chicago, goes out and plays and gets 2 hits.
The career lasted longer.
Fabulous. Fabulous. I mean, Tom Pachorik was my partner at the time, Wimpy, and I told him, Wimpy, we might be looking at something because he's a little bitty thing, and just stocky.
A big arm, though. Had a quick.
We didn't know that
arm.
before because they didn't take infield, so we didn't know it. And one of our guys took off, and all of a sudden he threw down second base, and that's when I said, Wimpy, we might be looking at something special here. Juan is 1 for 2 with a stolen base, number 21. Andrus can't outrun the ball, though. 1-2-3 inning to Lewis, and he leads it 2-1. First pitch, breaking ball, strike to David Murphy, leading off here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-6-0 for them, 1-3-1 for us. That 1 run for us, homer by Andrew Jones, his 10th of the year and the 398th of his career. That's downstairs. Murphy now 5 for 12 in this series. on the outside corner, and the count evens at 2. He gone.
Good off-speed pitch. Murphy chased it low and away. But he turns it over. And Murphy decides that it looked pretty good coming out of Freddie's hand. It just was a foot outside by the time it got to the plate.
So here's Justin Smoke, a strikeout and an RBI single. Picked up his 15th RBI in the 4th inning. That was an unearned run. As there's a curveball. No. Yes, with a breaking pitch, and the count evens at 1.
Washington Nationals announced that Steven Strasburg will pitch on the 8th of June, making your first major league start. That game already sold out in Washington. It's against the battling Buccos of Pittsburgh.
1-2 the count to a young man from Goose Creek, South Carolina. 3 years at the University of South Carolina. And every White Sox Friday home game is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, one lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United flies. United, proud to fly the Chicago White Sox. Full count.
That trainer in the on-deck circle waiting for the resolution of this Justin Smoke at bat.
Tops it foul.
The significance of that June 8th start for Steven Strasburg is if it lines up the way it should, even with the off day by the Nationals, we go to Washington the 18th, 19th, and 20th of June, and we're going to run into him most likely the night of the 19th, or at the very latest, the afternoon of the 20th.
Good. Another foul ball.
In his final tune-up in the minor leagues, he went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, 5 Ks. He's ready to go.
And that's low ball 4. Well, guys like that, when you read about them, this first walk issued by Freddie, and you see they're going to be called up. If you've got, a little experience in the big leagues, you love to see guys like that. Now, every now and then you run into somebody like a Vita Blue that you don't want to see.
Well, the Arizona Fall League, I saw Tommy Hansen throw, and then he got to the Braves and was everything that he was in the Fall League. I saw Strasburg throw 4 times, and he was just unbelievably good.
Well, Vita Blue, when he was first called up by Oakland, of all the young pitchers that I saw come in, now there Sam McDowell's, of course, with Cleveland Indians at the time, still to this day the best stuff I've ever seen, but of all the young pitchers that I saw come in, Vita Blue was the most impressive from a hitting standpoint. Trainer takes a strike, and the count 1-1. He is grounded to short, and he is grounded to third.
Vita Blue had the great stuff, but a pitcher who created more buzz, if that was possible, was Fernando Mania in Los Angeles when he came to the big league.
Well, that I didn't see him. I never faced him. There's a hanger. Freddie knew it, and he is hot at himself, as he should be. Trainer, every time we make a mistake to him, it's not a single, it's an extra base hit.
Reminds me a lot about Mike Redmond. I believe the trainer, if he were to get consistent at bats against us, would go to the Hall of Fame. because he hasn't missed anything that's been hittable in the 3 games so far. Infield now has to come in. Already down a run.
And you got to be watching out a little bit too with Gentry for the possibility of a safety squeeze. That's coming back more into vogue, so to speak, more into fashion.
Gentry doesn't have any sacrifices this year, and
maybe you can't bunt, so you don't have to look out for it. But if you could, you would.
I like that play, Hawk, with runners at first and third.
I love it. I love it anytime.
Push it to the right side, move the man up to second, score the run. You get the sacrifice and the run batted in, and help the ball club.
Well, Tampa Bay's been doing it more probably than anybody in the big leagues this year, and it sort of paid off for them a little bit.
Yep, I would think so.
Fouls that one down and count 2-1. I love the squeeze. I am, the more I watch baseball over all these 51 years, the more I watch it, the more I have become a big proponent of the man on third, less than 2 out. Get him in. Get him in. And you can do it with a squeeze. You can do it with a safety squeeze. You can do it with just a whatever. Close pitch, didn't get it.
I think Freddie thought that one carved out the middle of the plate. He thought it was down low enough. Wally Bell said it was a little high. It was.
So the 3-1. That's hit hard into left center, but Alex is there. That'll score. That was more of a get me over. So it's 3-1. The walk comes around to score.
First sacrifice fly of the year for Gentry. Waited to get a pitch up in the zone. He got it up in the zone. And pitch number 91 for Freddie turns into a 3-1 deficit.
And the first thing that pops in your mind, the way Colby Lewis is going, is that don't give up anymore. As here is Julio Bourbon, a double and a grounder to second. There's a strike.
Trainer a catcher out at second base, however, a little bit better speed than the average catcher. Does have a stolen base this year.
Well, getting back to what we were just discussing, though, the more I watch the game, the more that I feel, and I absolutely know that the bunt right now could be a bigger weapon than it's ever been, and unfortunately too many teams can't bunt.
Well, you're not playing slug ball anymore.
There's a chopper. Thought he's going to take it himself, but he walks. Smoke. The double by Trainer on a hanger, and the sacrifice fly will go to the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 2.
Saturday's jackpot is worth $20 million. So that means that the $260 million jackpot
is gone,
never to return. We got some work to do, trailing by 2. Omar Vizquel, Alex Rios, Paul Konerko will face Colby Lewis, who's dealing. First pitch strike. Omar has grounded to first and walked. That's the only walk that Lewis has given up. Fastball foul back. And you can visit the official online shop of the White Sox. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source. Shop at whitesox.com. He did not go.
Ozzie said that he was not going to play Gordon Beckham tonight, but there was no thought of him shifting over to third base. Martin had surgery. He'll be out from 4 to 6 weeks. And Vizquel get another start at third.
Nice pitch right there. Change up way out in front, and 1 out.
This is what a pitcher's hoping for when he takes something off. He's hoping that the hitter rolls over it, tries to pull it instead of taking it the opposite way. And that's what happened.
There's Alex. He's 0 for 2.
We're going to see these Rangers one more time. We haven't had a whole lot of luck with them to this point. And that's going to be over the July 4th holiday in Texas.
Slider strike.
Either the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
That ball hit deep, way back. Hamilton looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Number 12 for Rios, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Both runs courtesy of the home run. 28 driven in now by Rios. And that one a no-doubter. Tried to get it inside on Alex.
Well, he did. That same pitch 0-2 just tied him up, but he fell behind him.
Yep.
Alex was 0-2 in his first 2 at-bats. Lewis fell behind him right there, and he made him pay. That count is everything.
Another high fastball by Paul Konerko.
Paulie has gone out to center and struck out. Just got a piece of that one.
That's the 4th time, isn't it?
I believe it's the 4th time that we have had a winner in our hit the jackpot. Try and make it. Picks up 100 chances to win Saturday's jackpot. Stayed inside. The ball just hit softly. He's got time. And that is out number 2.
Well, there's a question of Lewis knowing the speed of Paul Konerko, because another base runner, you'd have had to hurry that one and maybe throw it away. He knows he's got some time, and he takes his time, gets it over there in plenty of time.
And you can stop by the Comcast Fundamentals deck at U.S. Cellular Field for the ultimate game day experience. You can visit the Comcast dugout to see official White Sox equipment, take photos next to life-size player cutouts, and listen to updates about the White Sox pitching staff over Xfinity Voice dugout phone, all brought to you by Comcast. Andrew, who homered back in the second inning, pops it up. And that'll retire the side. But the home run by Alex Rios will go to the seventh. It is a 3-2 Texas lead. First pitch low and away to Elvis Andrus, who is 1 for 3. Fifth inning single. 3-7-0 for the Texans. 2-4-1 for our White Sox as that breaking pitch hangs high and the count 2-0.
It's a big inning for Freddie. Got the top of the order and very good speed.
Big hit, no cattle on that one. 2-1. And Souvenir right side.
Michael Young waiting in the on-deck circle. He's got a couple of hits tonight, including an RBI double in the fifth inning.
What new? The 2-2. Yes, that got a piece of Wally Bell right there. I like the way Wally Bell has called the strike zone tonight. He has called some inside pitches. That'll get your attention.
Bullpen up and going, and it's Matt Thornton.
He did not go. And a full count.
You would think Matt is getting ready for the Hamilton Murphy part if Freddie can't get him 1, 2, 3. He's hit the century mark.
And that is softly in the right field. So out number 1. And on tonight's home improvement from Menards, Michael Young has a career .303 batting average and has over 1,700 hits in his 10th full season in the majors. And for all your home improvement needs, shop and save big money at Menards.
A very good store and well sung.
That Bonnie Moore.
Here's a look at Matt.
Michael, that first inning single, then Jason Nix made a nice catch on him, going hard out to right. And then the RBI double deep into right center. Omar will suck that one up. 2 down. That'll bring up Ian Kinsler as you take another look at this one.
Omar keeps the glove down because for any infielder, you stay down and come up with the baseball. If you start up, it's very difficult to go down if it flattens out.
Well, you've never hardly, there's always exceptions to any rule in baseball, but you never hardly ever see a good stand-up third baseman. Nope, never. That's it softly. And that'll do it. A nice inning for Freddie here. 7th inning stretch. It is 3-2 bad guys.
It might be Oliver throwing in the pen.
39-year-old veteran southpaw who has really, as he gets older, he gets better. There's a shot and a good way to start it off. Get by, it will. So now AJ will pull up at second, but the leadoff double. Yes.
That's a changeup, and AJ geared up for the first pitch. Doesn't care exactly where it is, doesn't care what it is. Just knows that if it's close enough, it's in the zone, and even though it caroms away from Murphy, AJ at second base. Carlos Quentin with one job here, move the tying run to third.
AJ now 2 for 3, picked up his 13th double, and Carlos has gone out to right and struck out. Called out on an inside fastball. That's down low. Fastball was in off the plate, but as I mentioned, Wally Bell's had a good game behind the dish and calling some inside strikes. That'll get the job done. Stretch, stretch, stretch.
Yes, you can put it on the board. Yes, yes. Number 7 for Quentin, and the Sox lead it 4-3.
RBI's 28 and 29, so trying to do the right thing for Carlos Quentin, going up there and looking to right field all the way. Puts the Sox ahead, and all 4 runs courtesy of the long ball.
Redemption. Redeemer. Atonement. There's a shot by Alexa.
That one in the middle of the plate. Mike Maddox now comes out after 3 straight rockets. Murphy wanted to jump, but he got trapped too close to the wall. Carlos is pretty well pumped up.
Well, of course, by the redemption, redeemer, and atonement going back. And this is in the 4th inning with 2 out. David Murphy hit a high fly ball, and Carlos, that might be the only time you'll ever see him do that. Dropped it, and you know he wanted to atone for it.
He was able to do just that.
So here's Jason. Keep it going. Don't stop now.
And Washington very patient here with Lewis. Considering that Feldman went 8 innings and they only used Strop last night.
Takes the bunt, takes the breaking ball strike. Corners were looking for it. And the ball gets away, but not far enough. Four, 7-1 for our guys. 3-7-0 for their guys. Then you got Hamilton, Murphy, Smoke, a switch hitter. Coming up in the 8th for them. Pulls it back. Nice. 1-1 to count to Knicks. Jeff Cox going through his sequence.
Jason has 1 sacrifice this year. And Lewis is at the century mark in pitches.
Big gap out there in left center. If in fact they were to flip-flop it, which I don't think they are. Nope. Jabbed at it. And the count 1-2. Paulie Bell trying to tell the scoreboard now they got it. So we can't get the bunt down, and that is out number 1. 7 strikeouts for Lewis. Oh, we got ourselves a good ball game going here. Now Washington out.
And that's going to be it for Lewis. It's going to be Darren Oliver coming into this one. So Lewis is done after 6 1/3. And we'll step out and be back after these messages. He inherits Ramirez at first base. He's looking in at Juan Pierre. And barring a double play, which is unlikely, he'll have Vizquel hitting from the right side. There's a dog in need of a dentist.
Where's Jack when you need him?
He was up here before.
All right, one. Fouls that first pitch. He was looking for it, got it, and just a little tardy. And if you're just tuning in, 2-run homer, opposite field. Shot by Carlos Quentin, number 7. Trying to get A.J. over, who had doubled to lead off the inning. And indeed he did. That's off the outside part, and the count 1-1. Michael Young at the cut of the grass, about 3 or 4 steps off the line at third.
Time doesn't permit us to tell you how many stops Darren Oliver has made along the way, but he's been just about everywhere.
And put the hit and run on. Well, Darren right now is throwing the ball very well. Matter of fact, I remember him pitching for Boston back in '02. And he's throwing the ball right now better than he was back then.
He was a starter for a while.
And that's fired into the seats for a souvenir.
Darren O'Day, the sidearm right-hander, loosening up. O'Day had a rough outing in the opener, third of an inning, 2 runs on 2 hits with a walk.
Now time is called. Stay with him. Hang with him. 1. Good eye. Good take.
Figured Pierre's going to look for the breaking ball. He decided to try to heat him inside. He just missed with it.
First and 30. Breaking ball underneath the glove, and he's going to beat him to the bag.
Once that ball got by Smoke, it was highly unlikely that a left-hand pitcher falling off the mound to the third base side was going to be able to right himself and beat Juan to the bag. Kinsler takes a look and realizes that Oliver can't get there, and Pierre, sniffing a base hit all the way, beats that play easily at first. Omar Vizquel will turn around for the first time tonight and hit from the right side.
And in situations like this, in the past, against us, Omar has been very adept at poking that ball into right field against a left-handed pitcher.
He's got all kinds of room because Kinsler is playing him right up the middle. There's a huge gap on the right side.
So good speed aboard. Now time is called. Alexei Tie his shoe. Yeah, Omar has really been a master at placing the ball off left-handed pitching against us. Well, probably against everybody, because he has about over almost 2,800 hits.
I would say he's placed a few of them.
There are the runners, and the pitch is fouled off.
Good break by both runners. Doubtful if Trainer could have thrown Lexi out at third base.
No, he wouldn't.
Usually, when the lead runner gets a good break, you go after the trailer. But in this case, the trailer's faster than the lead runner.
Omar, as a matter of fact, just 3 hits behind Lou Gehrig for 55th place all time. That'll work. Good pitch by Oliver. Now, Omar's got to cinch it up, hunker down, and bow his neck.
There's a very good chance barring a double play that this is going to be the last man that Oliver's going to face. Rios in the on-deck circle coming off a home run last inning. And O'Day, the sidearm right-hander, loosening up for the right-handed part of the batting run.
Feel around to the left. And he just did get a piece of that. He must have poked a few into right field off Oliver the way with the sequence we've seen.
He's staying right in on his hands, in and off the plate. There's a reason why we have the 1-run lead. Carlos Quentin, opposite field, 2-run homer.
Got a cookie right there. Couldn't do anything with it.
Omar saw the hard-breaking ball 3 in a row, and then Oliver took something off.
Him on the outside corner. So just checking out here, that's out number 2. Omar has had a real tough time against Oliver. He's now just 2 for 27.
Backdoor cutter or slider. And Washington is staying with Oliver against Rios.
Well, Alex has faced him 5 times and he has drawn the collar. We don't have a whole bunch of people who have. Paulie has had good success against Oliver. 8 for 13 with a homer. Nobody else. Breaking ball low. And the count 2-0. And there's a strike. Oh, right down the heart.
Matt Thornton continues to throw in the bullpen, which would lead you to believe that Freddie's night is done. Matt will be coming in.
Well, once again, Freddie really pissed his behind off. And he calls that. He's been calling the inside strike. That one a little too far in, but he has been there way inside.
Oliver's very happy with that call. Jack Ruby, where are you?
Two. So Oliver strikes out Vizquel and Rios, and we'll go to the 8th, leading by 1. Top of the 8th inning. Sox lead it 4-3. Josh Hamilton takes first pitch strike from Matt Thornton coming on in relief of Freddie Garcia, who was just once again outstanding. Freddie going 7 innings, 3 runs, only 2 earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts.
Thornton has had just a tremendous year at 2-2, ERA 1.59 on for the 22nd time. Opponent's hitting a scant 145 against him.
Can't get that one. Hamilton has faced him 2 times, and he is 0 for 2. Josh in this game has gone out to center and twice. He gone.
What a weapon to have coming out of that bullpen from the left side. Matt Thornton throwing a cut fastball, and Hamilton with 0 chance.
Murphy takes ball 1. He's 0 for 3, but he has scored a run. He hit that fly ball that Carlos dropped in right field as that pitch fouled away. And the 1-1 pitch. And he fouls that one back to even to count it 2. Murphy has faced Matt 3 times, and he has gone hitless. He gone, and that's the 3rd strikeout and 4 at-bats against Matt.
I don't think there's too many lefties that have big numbers against Matt Thornton. This one way up out of the zone, and Murphy a strikeout victim for the 2nd time.
So here's Justin Smoke, the switch hitting first baseman, takes it up high. It's the first time he has seen Matt.
Well, he doesn't see too many of them from the right side, hitting just .057. 2 for 35 from this side of the plate.
Boy, left-handed though, he looks like he's going to be a world beater.
Well, eventually, if you believe the billing, and Clint Hurdle said right-handed, he's going to be real good.
I believe Clint Hurdle.
Yeah, I think the young man just has to get a chance to play. You know, you start out, you face everybody, then you come to major leagues if you struggle from one side, and it's usually the right side because you face fewer left-hand pitchers. They start to platoon you.
Softly hit. Nice recovery. Good peg. Beautiful play by Alexei Ramirez. And a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts for Matt Thornton.
That ended the inning. Alexei goes over, takes the dive, puts on the brakes, throws it perfectly across, and it's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Matt Thornton. Good defense. See what's new from AT&T. Visit www.att.com. Darren O'Day comes into the game. Told you about his troubles in the opener of this series. Sidearm right-hander. 2-3 ERA, 2.61 on for the 25th time. Very tough against right-handers. Very vulnerable to left-handers.
Paulie will lead it off. He's seen O'Day twice. He's 0 for 2. Paulie 0 for 3 in this game. Big gap in left center field. Andrew Jones, he's on deck, and AJ's in the hole. Detroit beat Cleveland earlier 12-6. Minnesota leading Seattle 1-0. That game in the bottom of the first out at Safeco. Angels beat Kansas City 5-4. Oakland came back and beat the Red Sox 9-8 at Fenway. Crawley fouls it down.
Guy that I really like had a good day today. Kurt Suzuki, a very athletic, very mobile catcher for Oakland. Hit a couple of home runs. Won a light tower shot.
Well, Kurt's a good player. Good catcher. Pitchers like to throw to him. He's sure done some damage against us with a bat. The 1-2 pitch. So that's out number one, and here comes Andrew. He's 1 for 3. That second inning homer took us out to a 1-0 lead. Just joining us, we had 1 in the second. Texans had 1 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. We added 1 in the 6th. That was a home run by Alex Rios, and 2 in the 7th, a 2-run blast by Carlos Quentin. Want to know the count. It's the first time that Andrew has faced O'Day. And that pitch is popped up. Bourbon is there, makes the catch in short center field for out number 2.
The only problem in that Oakland game, as he came away with the win in Boston, was their talented youngster Brett Anderson left the game with some forearm problems. And for Oakland, a pretty good team that really depends on their pitching more than anything else, that is a problem. AJ the catalyst in the 7th inning.
Yes, he was. Started off with that double. That's foul, and prorated White Sox season ticket plans are on sale right now. Full season, weekday, and weekend plans offer best seat locations at the lowest prices with the most benefits. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. With that one by him upstairs. You just don't expect these sidewinders to be throwing hard, but I remember one that threw. In fact, he threw 100. That's upstairs.
Well, you don't expect the sidearmers to keep the ball high because most of them are sinker ballers. You're talking about the guy that backed up for the Goose.
That's him.
And then later took over.
That's him.
And his son, by the way, is now playing for the New York Mets. Ike Davis. You're talking about Ron Davis.
That's
and
him.
Ike is a starting first baseman.
As he strikes out AJ, so a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the 9th. We lead at 4-3. the next 3 years. This season, Guerrero is second in the American League with 44 RBIs. Vladimir Guerrero, what a player. Tonight's Toyota moving forward.
There's a look at Vlad, and he's got that swollen left eye, as you see. Hit a ball up in the batting cage. It bounced back and got him. No structural damage, so he's ready to go tomorrow. And
been there and done that. And not from a batting cage.
Bobby Jenks comes in. 1-1 record, even 6 ERA, on for the 20th time, looking for his 8th save in 9 opportunities.
He's got the lower third. Schedule hitters are Trainer, Gentry, and Bourbon. Trainer, 1 for 3, a double, back in the 6th inning. Takes the bunt and takes the ball. Outfield here. Straight up, spread out, and deep. There's the strike. What a job by Freddie Garcia. Wow. Well, has he been pitching, or has he been pitching?
He's been the guy that has gotten some huge wins when we desperately needed them.
That pitch out of play, and a reminder, you can enjoy a day here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field with your family and friends. Individual tickets for the White Sox 2K10 season are on sale right now. So for tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME. Breaking ball. And a big out.
Let's take a look at the results for the text question. Should Ken Griffey Jr. be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Almost a no-doubter. That's probably what he's going to get on that first ballot. 94% said yes.
So here's Craig Gentry. He's 1 for 2, had an infield single and scored. That was in the 5th inning. And he had a sacrifice fly in the 6th. Takes first pitch strike. And the count 0-2.
With a swing at that slider, you would think another would be forthcoming. Gentry missed that one by a foot.
Outfield slightly to the right. And the fastball is 97.
I'm not sure I'd give him a shot at a fastball. Because if he gets on, he's their fastest base runner. Wipe him out with a slider and on to Bourbon.
Throw a saddle on your back, because I'm right with you.
I'll give that a shot later on.
Yeah. Plays off that one in the count 1-2. Good speed this guy has. He gone. 2 down.
Easing it over the outside corner. Well, you'll take one of those all day long. 4 inches off the corner. Probably a very happy man.
I'll tell you, as I said earlier, I love the way the Bellas called the game tonight. He and Hirschbeck the other night. Wish more guys would do it. As here is Bourbon. He's 1 for 3. And there's a base hit. Good speed aboard.
2 hits for Bourbon as he slices this one. Takes it into left field. He's 7 out of 10 in the stolen base department.
So here's the leadoff hitter. This is the man you want because you got Michael Young on deck. Elvis Andrus, who is 1 for 4 this evening. Pretty good lead by Bourbon as he takes off.
That throw on the third base side is second, but even if it was on the money, it's doubtful you're going to get Bourbon. Andrus taking all the way, slides to the back of the bag. See that throw? Long way to go with the tag, and really no chance at it.
And the count 2-0. You don't want Michael Young at the plate.
Come on, Bobby.
And there's the strike.
Couple of reasons you don't want Michael Young. Number one, with Vlad Guerrero out of the lineup, he's their best hitter. And number two, he's 2 for 4 against Bobby Lifetime.
Come on, Bob.
And the count evens at 2.
Wally's been calling this one all night. And that one right there.
Well, a few guys we've seen in a long time will call the inside strike. He gone! Yes! And this ball game is over. So Bobby Jenks comes out, picks up his 8th save, and nails it down for Freddie Garcia, Stone Pony, who was once again outstanding.
Well, Freddie had things well in hand. Threw a lot of strikes tonight. Walked only 1 man. That's how you give up 7 hits in 7 innings and hold them to 2 earned runs. But Bobby Jenks came on and